In the land of the Pharaohs, where the mysteries of the ancient world still echo through time, one god stands as a symbol of power, protection, and royalty. His name was Horus, the divine falcon-headed deity whose presence loomed over the skies and the land of Egypt. But who exactly was Horus, and why did he play such a pivotal role in the ancient Egyptian world? Join us as we explore the story of Horus, the god of the sky. Horus was a god of great significance in Egyptian mythology, and his image is instantly recognizable, a man with the head of a falcon, or a full falcon perched high, symbolizing his dominion over the sky. His eyes were said to represent the sun and the moon, the powers of day and night that governed life in ancient Egypt. Horus's identity wasn't just based on his role as a god of the sky. He was seen as the protector of Egypt, the god who would watch over the pharaohs and ensure the stability of the kingdom. Let's start with the basics. Horus's most famous feature, his eyes. The Eye of Horus is one of the most enduring symbols of ancient Egypt. Representing Horus's own eye, it became a powerful symbol of protection, healing, and restoration. It was believed to hold magical properties and was used by the Egyptians in amulets and charms to ward off evil and bring about good health. Horus was born to Osiris, the god of the afterlife, and Isis, the goddess of magic and motherhood. His birth was not one of peace, but rather the beginning of a tragic and heroic saga. Osiris, his father, had already been murdered by Set, the god of chaos, who coveted Osiris's throne. The death of Osiris shook Egypt to its core. Set's treachery threatened the very stability of the world itself. But little Horus, even as an infant, was destined for greatness. Set's hatred for Osiris led him to murder him and cast his body into the Nile River, where it was later found by Isis. Grief-stricken but determined, Isis and her sister Nephthys, along with Anubis, the god of mummification, worked tirelessly to revive Osiris. But despite their efforts, Osiris was unable to return to the land of the living. Instead, he became the ruler of the underworld. Growing up in secret, hidden away from Set's wrath, Horus was trained by his mother, Isis. As he matured, so did his thirst for justice. Horus knew that he had a duty to avenge his father's death and restore balance to Egypt. And so, at a young age, he set out on a journey of vengeance that would become one of the greatest stories in Egyptian mythology. Horus and Set engaged in fierce battles for years. These weren't just physical struggles, they were symbolic of the eternal fight between chaos and order, destruction and renewal. Set, representing chaos, used every trick in his arsenal, including deceit and manipulation. Horus, however, was resolute. His purpose was clear, and his might was unmatched. It is said that the gods themselves, including Ra, the sun god, watched over the conflict as it determined the fate of the world. Throughout their many trials, Horus's courage and determination shone. One of the most famous battles between the two gods involved a series of challenges where they tested each other's strength, intellect, and powers. Among the most notable of these challenges was the struggle for control over Egypt, each one claiming to be the rightful ruler of the land. Horus was not just a god of battle, he also embodied the concept of kingship. The pharaohs of Egypt were considered to be Horus in human form, the earthly representative of the divine. The king's authority was said to be granted by Horus himself, which is why the pharaoh's royal regalia often depicted Horus in both his falcon form and his human form. The Eye of Horus was far more than just a symbol, it was a powerful tool for protection. Egyptians believed it could bring healing, strength, and even guidance in times of trouble. It became a symbol of resurrection, with the eye representing Horus's ability to overcome loss and restore balance. And as we'll see later, this theme of resurrection is central to his identity. In the end, Horus defeated Set, not through brute force alone, but through his intelligence, courage, and the guidance of the gods. Ra himself, witnessing the battle from above, declared Horus the rightful ruler of Egypt. With Set's defeat, balance was restored to the land, and Horus ascended as the true protector of Egypt. But Horus's journey didn't end with Set's defeat. His victory over chaos signified the restoration of order. Horus became the god of kingship and the protector of the pharaohs. As the ruler of the sky, he watched over Egypt, ensuring that the forces of chaos would never again threaten the land. The Egyptians believed that every pharaoh was the living embodiment of Horus. Upon taking the throne, the king would be crowned with the Horus name, a title that connected them directly to the divine falcon god. This was a powerful symbol that reinforced the king's divine right to rule. The Eye of Horus was also used as a powerful amulet during these times, not just as a symbol of protection, but as a way to ensure the health and prosperity of the kingdom. Horus was honored in temples all across Egypt, with one of the most famous being the Temple of Horus in Edfu. This magnificent structure, dedicated to the god, held rituals and festivals celebrating Horus's victory over Set. Every year, the festival of Horus was celebrated with great joy, where the victory of Horus over evil was reenacted, and the pharaohs reaffirmed their connection to the god. Horus wasn't just a symbol of kingship, though. He was a god of justice, balance, and protection. His story encapsulated the eternal struggle between good and evil, light and dark. His legacy lived on not only in Egyptian culture, but also in the way the world thought about divine rule, cosmic order, and the interconnectedness of the natural and spiritual worlds. So, the next time you think of ancient Egypt, remember the mighty Horus, the falcon-headed god who soared high above the land, watching over Egypt, ensuring that balance and justice would always prevail. Thank you for joining us in exploring the fascinating mythology of Horus, the god of the sky. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the world of the ancient gods. Until next time, may Horus's protective gaze be upon you.